In the 1920s, customers associated banks with large, ornate buildings with elaborate architecture, secure vaults, and a firm handshake. Smartphones and electronic transfers were science fiction in a world dominated by face-to-face transactions. In today's fast-paced society, banks are now challenged to expand from their foundations into the current technological trends that customers are demanding. 77% of Americans have a smartphone, and the average person visits a bank branch just once or twice a year. Community banks, which have always focused on providing excellent customer service, are now forced to rethink the customer banking experience. One such bank, located in the heart of Central Kentucky, has expanded its mission of providing excellent customer service by implementing many of the latest banking technologies. Central Bank finds its roots in the horse capital of the world. The first branch was opened in downtown Lexington, Kentucky in 1938, and since then it has expanded throughout the Bluegrass region and northern Kentucky.
The history of this bank is unbelievable. It's been in the Kincaid family since 1946. We started right here in Lexington. We're the largest bank here in Lexington, hometown bank, community bank. We're the third largest in the state. We are in northern Kentucky, Louisville, and surrounding counties here. And those markets have really paid off to us as well.
A couple of things are happening in the banking industry right now. We're seeing a lot of consolidation, and it's not that the banking industry in total is shrinking, it's just that the number of banks that we have are shrinking. And there's many forces that play into that. One of them is technology. Providing technology services is kind of expensive, so you have to reach a certain level to even have the capacity to offer some of the services that are being requested by consumers today. So just speed of transactions is important today. Consumers are wanting information, particularly about their financial condition and the financial services, quicker. They want them through their smartphones. So a lot of things are playing in right now of why fintech and offering financial services through technology is becoming so critical to the banking industry these days.
Community banks must invest wisely in new technologies that continue to transform the customer banking experience. Central Bank has become a leader among its peers and competitive with national banks.
We're in a local market, and we have to compete with global markets. So we have to spend a lot of time, a lot of money, and a lot of energy to make sure that we have the products and the systems that we can handle all that. And we do. We've got a great staff, they're well trained, and we spend a lot of money on technology.
The fundamental need is to have information about their finances and to receive assistance. That hasn't changed. If anything, people want more help today in trying to understand how to make the most of their money. But how they go about banking has changed radically. Instead of writing checks and coming into the branch to deposit them, many things are done electronically today, either using debit cards, credit cards, mobile banking, or online banking. We're seeing tremendous growth in the use of mobile and online banking simply because it's available whenever and wherever the customer is.
Much of this growth has come from millennial customers who find mobile and online banking very attractive.
They look for technology, but they also want a banking center to go to when they have an issue. So they want to be able to open their account online. They want to be able to deposit checks from their phone. They want to be able to do everything that they can do without coming in. So that's what we're trying to keep up with, is that ever-changing technology where and keeping up with their needs and their wants as a banking customer.
As a college student, I'm always on the go, I'm always busy. And being able to do things like mobile deposit, where I can just take a picture of the check right then and there and put it into my bank account, is really, really convenient. And it also really helps that I can pull it up on my phone whenever I want to and check my account balance right then and there.
You know, whether it's at 5 o'clock in the morning or 10 o'clock at night, you can make a deposit. So it really is more convenient, and it's very secure. So we make sure that we take that into consideration when doing all these projects also.
We find that customers will live in Central Kentucky, establish a relationship, but then maybe they move to take a new job or they go away to school, something occurs, then they can continue to bank with us because they're banking electronically. Often the funds are deposited to their account electronically, They pay their bills electronically, they have a debit card, and they have mobile banking, so they can bank literally anywhere in the world. We call that banking locally and serving globally.
It's banking on your own terms at this point. So if you want to come into the branch and open an account, you can. If you want to do it online, you can. If you want to do a transfer online, you can do that. If I wanted to pay you money for lunch today, I could do that. You know, all through the use of technology, but it's really depends on what you want as a customer.
Even small businesses are taking advantage of e-banking technologies offered by Central Bank. One such business is Fahi, a local mortgage lending company.
We went with a community bank when we did our conversion as opposed to a large national bank because of the customer service. We know where Central Bank's located, we know where their main office is. If I have an issue, I pick up the phone and I call, hey, I need your help. They help me. Oh, I'm ecstatic over the technology. Having to go out every day and go to the bank can be a real pain. Doing it electronically allows us to get on with our day.
As a result of its continued dedication to implementing new technologies designed to improve the customer experience, Central Bank has achieved record earnings performance in 2017, broke $2 billion in assets, and has made high-earning young professionals ages 25 to 34 its highest-growing customer segment.
When we implement technology, we have to, number one, and we have to put the resources and the money behind that, because if we don't, we can't be competitive. And I would say we're probably as good in technology as any bank in this country.
Community banks don't often have the capital to develop new technologies internally, and partnering with fintechs is highly risky. So smaller banks commonly use established third-party vendors to offer these new technology services. However, using third-party vendors to offer these technologies does come with its own set of risks and challenges.
Cost of the new technologies and the new applications and things like that just can be phenomenally expensive, and then the development time and effort put into them. So that way we find a third party that we can partner with, that we trust, we work with them, and that gives us an opportunity to have a product that pretty much is competitive with the larger FIs and allows us to bring it to market in pretty much the same time frame.
When someone thinks of a bank, it thinks of security. And with a fintech company, the same standards may not be adhered to. And that's one of the things banks, when they partner with fintech companies, have to make sure that if they're giving a fintech company or a third-party service provider or a vendor access to their customers' information, they have to make sure that it's being maintained in a secure manner, that it's not being hacked, and if the information is hacked, that one, the bank's going to be notified of it, but then also two, they're going to let the customer know, hey, your information's been exposed, and we, the bank, or whoever exposed the information, is going to take responsibility for that.
With the dynamic and enhanced sophistication of threat actors and of the malicious codes that's being thrown at our banks, it's a 24/7 job. There's no downtime, there's no time to relax. The cybersecurity scorecard is something that we track and present to the board to show the number of attempts and what we block and what types of traffic we have to completely negate from our network to keep us safe. And we present that on a monthly basis so they understand the threat and what we're doing from a control perspective.
Central Bank has become a market leader among its peer banks by listening to the needs of their customers and judiciously investing in the best technology to meet those needs. Continuing this trend of improving the customer banking experience by implementing emerging technologies is essential for Central Bank to remain competitive. Expanding digital communication and recruiting millennial talent who understand emerging technologies will give Central Bank an edge as they move into the future of community banking.